some peace of mind. But TikTok said a gator drove a Jeep through the blinds. Florida man's at it again with fireworks and a goat. And someone married a ghost in a Dollar Tree coat. Hey, what in the Walmart rapture is going on? Aliens dancing in a Waffle House song. Karen's got a taser in the checkout line. And Dr. Oz just adopted birds to fight off crime. Oh, I'm just sitting here scrolling my jaw on the floor. The internet's a circus and I can't take no more. Yeah, when it's wildin', there's a raccoon in the sink. Someone robbed a Wendy's just to steal a frosty drink. A pastor's gone viral yelling about the end is near, while folks ride hoverboards in wedding gear. Yeah, what in the Walmart rapture is this mess? Florida's a movie, but it's filmed in VHS. Someone fed meth to a squirrel named Dave, and now he's in a cage just throwing rave. I'm just...
Good morning, everyone. Hopefully, excuse me. Well, hopefully we have all paid to the internet, gods and everything. I have everything crossed. Mr. Mo did everything in his, IT goatee power to make sure that the interwebs was fixed. Otherwise, I'm going to have to talk to Elon Musk about Starlink or yell at Xfinity, which is our internet provider. So that's kind of on the agenda today. So I hope everyone is having a good morning. Thanks, Alice. I decided I was going to get into the Utah of it all today in honor of, the trial. Also, we have Hank Brennan's possible relation to look forward to first thing in the morning, and that man is nuts. That man is like 27 pounds of Adderall in a tiny package. So yeah, I am not looking forward to that. We have a lot of headlines, some sad news, and well, a couple of as someone from Indiana, I can only tell you that our two Lord Chippy contestants today, we don't claim them. Yes. Yes. So hopefully we've got the interwebs fixed. Mr. Mo is taking his first certification today, so he will be out of the house. So maybe him not also taking internet bandwidthy stuff will help. But for our first headline, it is really sad news. And I do hope if anyone is struggling today, there are 24-hour hotlines. There are people that are willing and waiting to talk to you no matter what time. If if you are in a dark place, please get help. In sad news for Hollywood, now I knew this actor more for the Revenge of the Nerds and not so much Lizzie McGuire. But Revenge of the Nerds star and dad from Lizzie McGuire, Robert Carradine, has passed away at 71. Now, actor Robert Carradine, best known for his roles in Revenge of the Nerds and Lizzie McGuire, passed away on Sunday at 71. Unfortunately, it seems that he was struggling for a very long time with bipolar disorder and took his own life, according to his brother, actor Keith Carradine. Now, Carradine was part of the legendary acting family, including his father, John, and his brothers, Keith and David. It is with profound sadness that we must share that our beloved father, grandfather, uncle, brother, Robert Carradine has passed away. His family said in a statement to, outlets. In a world that can feel so dark, Bobby was always a beacon of light to everyone around him. We are bereft at the loss of his beautiful soul and want to acknowledge Bobby's valiant struggle against his nearly 2-decade battle with bipolar disorder. We hope his journey can shine a light and encourage addressing the stigma that attaches to mental illness. At this time, we ask for our privacy to grieve this unfathomable loss. With gratitude for your understanding and compassion. Well, I do hope that they are getting support, and I hope that media and fans are giving them the space they need. Now, the media is not known for giving people space or not being, well, just swamp donkey buttholes, but hopefully they will listen. Now, following Robert's death, his family wanted to bring awareness about his brother's struggle with bipolar disorder. He was diagnosed with the disorder after his brother David died of asphyxiation in 2009. We want people to know it and that there's no shame in it, Keith said. It is an illness that got the best of him, and I want to celebrate him for his struggle with it and celebrate his beautiful soul. He was profoundly gifted, and we'll miss him every day. We take solace in how funny he could be, how wise and utterly accepting and tolerant he was. That's who my baby brother was. Now, in 1972, Carradine made his film debut in a John Wayne Western, The Cowboys, and also starred in a role in the Martin Scorsese crime classic, Mean Streets, in 1973. He also appeared in the 1978 war film Coming Home, which was nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. So it was his iconic role, though, as Louis Schlocknick in 1984's Revenge of the Nerds, which, made him kind of an icon. So just just absolutely very sad. I didn't even know he was struggling with bipolar disorder, uh, but just very sad. Like I said, I know him from, uh for all of this. Am I roboting out again? Oh, for the love of Cheetos and Frito-Lays. I give up. Woohoo! So, I do hope that his family is getting the support and, love that they need. Uh, that being said, if you are struggling, uh, there is a national hotline. Please call it at any time. Um, you know, Times don't stay dark forever, but they sure can seem like they're gonna stay dark for a long, long time. So don't be ashamed to reach out. There is someone there that is willing to talk to you and listen to your problems and try to help you, figure out something. Yeah, the interwebs has been crazy. Oh, thank you, PA. Well, I'm a bit, like, Twitter-pated. I keep looking at the interwebs, making sure because yesterday was just y'all, when I was getting my daughter's passport, the internet, at the post office went out. So I don't know if it's the entirety of Indiana or just my region that is cursed. I feel the need to call Stephen King. I really do. And I don't really particularly care for his books. Well, things in Mexico keep getting, well, worser, if that was possible. It seems that the cartels have a well, raiding into prisons to release prisoners, in retaliation for a kingpin being, well, taken out. 23 inmates escaped, and one guard unfortunately lost his life after armed men stormed a prison which has been under siege by cartel members since the drug lord. Oh, for I give up. Okay, make sure got things Now, the attackers opened up fire on the facility and busted into the Central Integral Justice Regional on Sunday by crashing a vehicle through the gate. The break-in sparked a riot inside the prison, complicating a security response to the escape, and a guard was killed in the violence, according to yeah, I don't know. Mr. Mo has done all of the internet things. I have turned on and off my computer. I I give up, y'all. I give up. It's not like I use the internet for work or anything. I told Mr. Mo we're getting Starlink because 'cause I'm about done. Of course, he said, "I don't know what Star" or he knows what Starlink is, but I don't know what Starlink, how to work it. Yeah, I'm sorry, you guys. I have worked on the internet. It is what it is today. I will have Nick run the stream for the court, so hopefully we can at least have that going well. It it is just what it is. We are going to try to just keep moldering on. Now, the prison break comes after at least 73 people have died in the widespread violence that erupted in 20 of Mexico's 32 states after the Mexican military. Uh, that was odd. Thank you. Oh, well, yeah, I feel bad because I don't want to give you guys a bad stream. It is just, what are you going to do? Now, these deaths do include 25 members of the Mexican National Guard who were killed in at least 6 different attacks. Tourists in Puerto Vallarta, a popular Pacific Beach getaway in Jalisco, the cartel stronghold, were warned to stay inside as narco gangs went on a rampage, setting fires and marching through the streets with guns. Well, that makes sense. Is it better now or we're just gonna we're now some 10,000 Mexican soldiers have been deployed throughout the country in response, and the US State Department has offered a reward of up to $15 million for information leading to the arrest of El Mencho, which I thought that they took out, so I guess that's his son, El Macho Jr. Don't come at me, cartel. Look, it's rural Indiana. I'm just throwing that one out there. Now, in true crime news, there has been some forward movement on the Anna Kepner case. Now, I haven't been following this one as much because honestly, there are so many cases. That's why I'm glad that there are so many content creators. I know other people are anxiously awaiting this trial, whereas I will probably show up to it. Uh, right. I- Yeah, I swear to goodness, yeah. I'm really getting irritated because we are paying more for the look, Mr. Mo handles the internet, but we're paying for the super-de-duper internet, not the cheap internet. We've got, like, the bougie, like, Beyoncé internet. I am expecting Beyoncé level performance, like, for a Saudi prince. Um, but forward movement, Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother has been charged formally with her murder, according to new court documents. Florida teenager Anna Kepner, 18, died after being strangled in a bar hold, and cleaning crew found her lifeless body under a bed in the room she was sharing with her stepbrother on board the Carnival Horizon vessel in November last year. This case was weird from the get-go. Why did you have 2 unrelated stepchildren of teenage age different genders in the same room. That struck me as odd from the jump. I mean, maybe I was reading too much into that, but that seemed very odd to me from the very get-go. I don't know that I would have been comfortable at that age sharing with my stepbrother, and I don't know that he would have been comfortable with me, so that never made sense. I understand economics and stuff like that. I mean, w we've never been on a cruise, so, I'm sure that choices have to be made, but it just never made sense to me, and I didn't wanna speculate until things went to court. Now, the boy who reportedly had a twisted obsession with the high school senior was eyed as a suspect, but now he has been formally charged according to court documents filed by lawyers representing his biological father, Thomas Hudson. Now, this is being reported by local news. Now, the court documents are linked to a custody dispute between Hudson and his ex wife, Chantel Kepner. In the court papers, Hudson asked for sole custody of Kepner's step sibling, who has been living with her father, Chris, and Chantal since the cruise ship death. Now, according to social media from the Kepner family on February 3rd, 2026, the petitioner slash father's son was charged by the United States Attorney in the Southern District for Florida for and homicide of Anna Kepner, according to a document filed last Friday. Now, immediately after the cruise, the respondent slash mother and Chris Kempner expelled the minor from their household, and neither has seen the minor since then. Social media from the Kempner family has indicated that they want the quote nails in the coffin end quote of the minor, and that both the Kempner family and the respondent want him quote buried end quote, according to the document. Now, the FBI has not formally named Kepner's stepbrother as a suspect, and there is a case against the boy under seal. So this does look like forward movement again. Earlier this month, he did appear before a federal judge in Miami and was seen donning a camouflage zip up as he walked to another courthouse. He was then processed for pretrial release. Now, Kempner's body was found wrapped in a blanket and covered with a life vest after she was killed. Crystal Wright, her aunt, said she fought for her life in her final moments as she was reporting things to media outlets. Kepner's younger biological brother reportedly heard yelling and chairs being thrown in the room that she was sharing with her stepbrother. Now, he heard her stepbrother yelling at her in a harmful way, like, "Shut the hell up," and stuff like that. And that's when the brother knew there was something going on, according to Kepner's ex-boyfriend, Joshua Q. Now, remember that this is all hearsay. This is all going to be things I'm probably going to robot out. I just saw a blink. And that's the thing, it's a blink, so even the little, like, magic-y tools that Mr. Mo has can't pick it up. Now, tragically, Kepner's younger biological brother was the one that ended up, you know, sleeping just feet away from his sister before she was found. Now, Kepner was set to graduate high school this year and had aspirations of joining the Navy. She was last seen alive at a family dinner on November 6th, the day before she died in international waters, and went back to her room because she was feeling unwell. Now, the Carnival Cruise Line has said previously and does continue to cooperate with the law enforcement investigation. So I do see this moving forward, not at a, you know, fairly quick pace, but for court proceedings, this is fairly quick. It will be interesting to see what comes out at trial. I tend to stay away from things now that I've become a commentator on trial. I don't like to know a lot of the hearsay, kind of speculation stuff, because I know that won't be coming into a court trial. And I don't wanna kind of, have a predetermined bias, before I get into things. Now, we have 2 y'all, and I would just like to say, in my defense, in Indiana's defense, we We don't claim them, but in two stories that definitely need the gentle ministrations of both final form Jesus and Lord Chippy, um, I have no words, y'all, for the second one. The first one, look, we don't claim her. The second one, we need Jesus, y'all. But here we are, the shame of my state, and two for Lord Chippy. I never thought I'd say this, but a double dose of Hoosier and, well, just final form Jesus.
Bare our skin, they steal our grace. These monsters wear a human face. No gavel, no badge, no throne, no crown can stop Lord Chippy from burning them down. Justice ain't fast, justice ain't clean. It's a long, sharp road through the in-between. So raise your fists and light your flames. Chippy's coming and he don't play games.
I feel like that meme where every day it's starting out like this many days since, creepy teacher, and they always have to like mark or take out one and put a zero. Again, why, Indiana? Why? A school secretary sobs as she tells police she only abused a student 3 times and waited till he was 18. Chivalry isn't dead. Are you kidding me? What is up with the penny problem glasses? Like, those don't even look attractive on her. Did she look in the mirror when she was at the glasses shop and said, I just don't care about life anymore? Or I'll just wear contacts? I don't get it. Anywho, they were a choice, and so is that. An Indiana school secretary accused of having abused a student broke down in tears during a police interview as she admitted that she had had, well, relations with the 18-year-old student 3 times. Yeah, still illegal. Alicia Hughes, 31, insisted that the contact didn't happen until after the child had turned 18, according to a newly released interrogation and reports on the case. Now, Hughes, a mother of 3, has been charged with 5 counts of child seduction tied to these allegations involving a separate, because of course she had many, many boyfriends of underage, involving another 17-year-old boy. Again, stay away from our children. Now, the case began with an overnight Valentine's Day call to an alleged battery report at Hughes's home. Police were initially investigating what happened after a confrontation where Hughes's husband allegedly found her and the now 18-year-old canoodling in bed on Valentine's Day, as you do. I mean, because how do you choose between your husband and your underage boyfriend on Valentine's Day? I keep her locked up for everyone's sanity. Now, Hughes can be heard telling the interrogating officer while her actions weren't justified, she was physically and mentally abused by her husband. No, you were abusing multiple children. Your husband had a natural reaction to walking in on Valentine's Day or any day to his wife boinking a high schooler. Yeah. While the 18-year-old was legally an adult, investigators later focused on allegations involving a different student who was 17. Now, under Indiana law, authorities allege that Hughes was in a position of authority, which is central to a child seduction charge. Yeah, yeah. Now, footage of Hughes sitting in an interview room in the Union City Police Department shows her swinging between calm admissions and tearful appeals as detectives press her on whether there were other students. Now, in the interrogation footage, an investigator can be seen asking Hughes whether her relationship with the 18-year-old was the first time she had been physical with a student. Like, the physical thing has been going on since the end of January. This is the 3rd time that I've ever, like, been with him, according to Hughes. Not like before he was 18, like, this is the 3rd time I've ever physically been with him, she added. All the while, investigators already had information about a 17-year-old coming forward with much more serious allegations that Hughes had had a relationship with him while he was still a minor. "Have you done anything with any other students?" another officer asks. "Oh, no," she says. "Are you sure about that?" an officer says. Now, she at no point decides to shut the hell up and get a lawyer, for which I am eternally grateful. Um, Husband, take these children and run. Divorce this heifer. Look, she made you buy a flannel shirt and probably ironed it. So run. Now, in the footage, she does continue to deny the, well, relationship with a minor, but her answers do shift. So she does talk about meeting these minors in parking lots and different things. Now, it does seem like there were at least 5 encounters with that particular minor. So it does seem as though, that is going on. Now, the husband has filed for divorce and petitioned for emergency custody of their 3 children. Now, Hughes has been arrested and charged with 5 counts of child seduction and was booked into the Randolph County Jail, where she was held on a $25,000 cash-only bond. Now she could face up to 6 years in prison and $10,000 on each of the 5 charges. So 50 years plus $50,000. Now the school superintendent said that the district was aware of the arrest and is following law enforcement investigation into allegations involving inappropriate conduct with a student. Uh, and added that the employee has been removed from all duties with students pending the outcome of the legal process. Now, the statement also said the district fully is cooperating with law enforcement and will continue to do so. Now, again, he has filed for divorce and has petitioned for emergency custody, so I hope he gets that. Now, y'all, I have never done this, but within Lord Chippy, we actually need a final form Jesus. This is an inception, a rare time where I think a story deserves both Lord Chippy and Jesus, and I think you guys will see why. Courtesy of JKD Buck, I y'all, I have no words. So we need some Jeebus.
The G-Keep Grove, thou glowing shrine of thirst traps, scams, and dollar signs. We chant in tones both grim and low, for virtue fled a long time ago. Kyrie eleison, Christe descendat, final form Jesus return in wrath. With six-pack glistening, sword in hand, he cometh swift to cleanse the land.
I lied, he's not from Indiana, thank God, but Western Kentucky, I'll give you a pass on this guy, no one claims him. A Western Kentucky man was found covered in fur and accused of sex crimes with a deer carcass. Yes, this headline is true. Yes, this is real life. No, I do not know what happened to the Matrix. I do not know why this timeline is the way it is. I blame Tetris. A disturbing 911 call led to the arrest of an Owensboro man. Um, y y I have no words. Over the weekend, according to the Central City Police Department, the call was placed around 7 p.m. on Saturday, February the 21st, reporting a man was allegedly, and I quote, "having intercourse with a dead deer," end quote, while they were driving down Phillips Stone Way in Muhlenberg County. The caller described the man to dispatch. Officers said they found a man who matched their description upon arrival, who was later identified as 32-year-old Alan Osborne. Now, an arrest citation notes that police found Osborne with his pants around his knees, and his hands and clothes were covered in blood and deer fur, as you do. Osborne was arrested and charged with sexual crimes against animals, and he was booked in the Mecklenburg County Detention Center. A more thorough search at the jail with consent was consistent with what the caller described. He is being held on a $5,000 uh, bond. I, some days I do. I can't. All I'm imagining is Super Troopers, only that was a gag, and this is gonna make me gag. God, what the hell? I mean, at least Bambi's mother died quickly. Like, God bless America. Y'all see why I needed to bring Jesus into this? Because holy what? Um, MQS, this is actually about what my natural hair color is. I dye my hair red, so I wear this wig to bother my mother. Also, I figured since we're in Utah, I would get into the blonde of it all, the Utah of it all. And, you want deer people? This is how we did get were deer. I mean, y'all, this is how we get The Last of Us. Look what happens. I mean, y'all watch South Park about the coof. Just what in the name of giblets is going on? Well, in our final "What the hell are people thinking?" Uh, because, why what are people thinking? Or actually, we do have some more, true crimey stuff, so this is actually good. We can kinda segue into that. So, as far as civil cases go, and I do think that this is going to be an important civil case, I wouldn't be shocked if Law& Crime, uh, I was gonna say or Court TV, but it's all Law& Crime now, w doesn't cover these hearings if they are going to be streamed, because I really do feel like this is going to be, something that people are going to wanna see. People are going to want people to be held accountable, especially as so many children lost their lives and, the owner aware that, there was a potential of flooding. So I do foresee these civil cases, these civil trials, if they do go to trial, possibly being something that will be streamed because of public interest and like it, lump it, or hate it. Things involving children, things that pull at your heartstrings get views, and no one's above getting views, not Law& Crime, not Court TV, so there you are. But the 9 devastated families of Camp Mystic girls and counselors who lost their lives sue Texas State for failing to have cabin evacuation plan before devastated flooding. Now, I do foresee this again. I don't know how this federal lawsuit is going to work, but I do know that there are lawsuits pending against Camp Mystic itself, kind of the entity. Um, the federal case, I am sure there are going to be law tubers that are going to explain that. There are actual lawyers. So I would implore you to go to them because I will give you my kind of take on it, but I'm not a lawyer. 9 grieving families whose daughters never came home from Camp Mystic have now turned their anguish into sweeping federal lawsuit. Now, the families accuse Texas officials of licensing a riverside camp in a flood or a flash flood alley without ensuring it had a legally required evacuation plan in place before the catastrophic July 4th flooding that took the lives of 27 campers and counselors. Filed Monday in U.S. District Court for Western District of Texas, the lawsuit alleges that the Texas Department of State Health Services officials failed to enforce a state law requiring that youth camps maintain written emergency evacuation plans and have those posted in each cabin. Now, instead, the suit claims that Camp Mystic operated with what plaintiffs describe as an anti evacuation plan, instructing campers to remain within their cabins during flooding, a policy that did delay moving, the girls out of those unsafe cabins to a safer, higher ground until it was too late. Now, young campers and counselors lost their lives because the camp essentially had no plan. Now, the camp is responsible, but so are the state officials who helped create this inexcusable risk to life by directing and executing a policy of noncompliance with Texas law. It was during the early morning hours of July 4th, 2025, when torrential rain overwhelmed the Guadalupe River, sending floodwaters tearing through the historic Christian Girls Camp in Texas Hill Country. Now, according to the lawsuit, staff managed to evacuate only 5 of the 11 cabins in the area known as the Flats, despite what plaintiffs allege was a significant amount of time to move all the campers safely. And if you don't have a plan when things go tits up, people get chaotic, people get scared. It doesn't, people lose it if you don't drill things. So this was not a normal flood. It was chaotic, but it was also something that if you are aware that the area floods, would it not be smart to have a a potentiality plan? Maybe look, y'all, I I'm not saying that I was a neurotic 9-year-old, but I always had like "Oh, here are the exits, if something happens, we've got this, we've got this." I always, thought of plausible deniability until, before I knew it was actually a concept. Basically, I understood "cover your ass" before I realized that that was actually a concept. Now, most of the girls who passed away were sleeping in the 2 riverside cabins built less than 250 feet away from the river. In total, 27 Mystic Camp Mystic campers and counselors lost their lives, including the camp owner and executive director, Richard Dick Eastland, 70, who lost his life attempting to evacuate one of the cabins. So he did go down, he did lose his life trying to save children, and I'm sure he had the best intentions with this. But if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And there needed to have been something, if there is government oversight, if we are paying taxes to add bureaucracy and bureaucrats didn't notice this, then what the hell are the bureaucrats doing? Why are we paying taxes if these bureaucrats do nothing but say, "Oh, I mean, looks like this could be done." So, I don't know. It just it irritates me that children lost their lives. It irritates me that maybe something else could have been done, but hindsight is always 2020. And maybe, hopefully, for the love of all that is Schmeados, could we learn from this and learn from this? Not politicize it. Let's not, this side, that side, the other. How about we just flip and flapjack learn from this? How about we offer communities that are rural, that are in floodplains, subsidized or federal grants for these flood alarms? How about we do that? How about we offer, again, these communities in these potential flooding areas to engineers, different people to explain what they should do, shouldn't do in a flood? if these things are normal in that area, are there I know what to do because in case of a tornado, because I live in tornado country. Now, the problem is, and here's my counterpoint, and here's where I run into issues with any idea. Getting those sirens. I live in tornado country. We are now do the sirens for severe thunderstorms. You start to ignore the sirens because 90% of the time, they're they're not indicative of anything happening. They're more of a warning of, "Man, maybe something will happen." So if you hear a thunder or, the tornado alarm every time there's a thunderstorm, it becomes meaningless. So there needs to be research done into the efficacious use of these, public resource sirens, because I can tell you as someone who lives in tornado country, you kinda get used to the siren, you're just like, "Meh," and then I just check out Ryan Hall. I don't even pay attention to the sirens. I'm usually on Ryan Hall before I even get to the point where the siren would go off. So it is a very, very, you know yes and no. It's not a simple answer. Things generally do not have simple answers. I I don't know when we as a society, when we as a culture are going to realize that things can't be solved with a sound bite, that there are going to need to be, maybe complicated answers. Maybe no one is to blame for this. Maybe we can only learn from this. Maybe we can't sue our way out of this. It's just it does get maddening, and I do hope that, other camps, other children's areas, maybe in potential flooding, areas, maybe they, if they didn't have a concrete evacuation plan, now they do. Hopefully, we have used this to learn something, to, realize even, sleepaway camps need to have these kind of evacuation drills, maybe twice a summer or once a week if it's different camps for a week. I like it. JKD Buck, H.L. Mecklin. For every complex problem, there is an answer that is clear, simple, and wrong. Yeah. And and be humble. Realize that you don't have all the answers, that maybe someone with a completely different view might see something that you're missing. I That's how I view the world. I know I have giant blind spots. I'm an inside cat that doesn't like to people. Look, I have many blind spots, so I don't get that. Now, I in news that I look, the world is bad, but nothing has made me this black-pilled. Let me see if I can find it. I know it's here somewhere. Oh, for the love of now, I don't have a subscription to the Daily Mail, but dear God, no. No. I say again, no. This cannot happen. Look, we are not ready for the Antichrist. We have too many agnostics still. Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry might be trying for a child. I have never wanted them to move to Mars more in my life. Elon, Elon, I beseech thee, uh, work on Mars travel yesterday. Let Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry and their progeny populate Mars. It'll be terrible for Mars, it'll be great for humanity. I say as a citizen of Earth, God bless and bon voyage, you 2 young kids. God, do I wish you the best. Godspeed and good luck, on Mars. May your children be many. Live long and prosper. I No, no, but we don't want him or her. Again, how long until we buy Greenland? I keep asking, and no one will tell me. I'm just terrified. Now, since I've decided to, terrify, horrify you, and possibly make you so black-pilled, you are crying into your Cheerios this morning. Now, I might get dinged on this, and I find that I don't really give a flapjack about that this morning because we need a little bit of Chihuahua ballet in our life. We need just a little bit. And have a great day, Anne. But we need this in our lives. So after that terrifying news of a potentiality of a Castro the Third with Katy Perry genes, if we could like, what in the timeline? But let's get to this because I don't even care if I get struck for this. We must do this. I'm speaking and I'm talking about the owner. The doggo is cute as hell. Oh, I thought that was gonna end differently. 'Cause go back, I thought she was about to get peed on. I was like, "Well, that's one way to tell the your owner that you don't wanna be in ballet." But I thought that was gonna end different. Thank you. Again, I have to check this woman's left hand out. Is she married? I mean, I'm guessing no, but I 'cause I can't see any husband condoning this. I can't see any husband coming I mean, I can see me coming home and telling Mr. Mo that I am going to be dancing with Mr. Dingus or Lord Dingus, our Maine Coon cat, um, and he'd be like, "Sounds about like a Mo thing." I'm I'm just worried. I'm gonna throw it out there. I don't think that a life partner is gonna, other than Mr. Mo, who is used to my crazy by now, I don't think that they would be like, "What do you do?" "I ballet dance with my chihuahua." You know, might not get a whole lot of swipes lefts or right on Tinder, whichever way you're supposed to swipe, I don't know. I've never Tindered. Oh, wait, we're backinating because I think we might have seen a left hand. Wait. Holy shit balls, y'all, she's married. There is absolute evidence right there of a ring. She is married. Some life partner somewhere approved this, and I realize, look, y'all, I realize that this is the pot calling the kettle black. I realize not only am I living in a glass house, I'm still paying a mortgage on it, so you know, I get it. I totally do get that I am speaking as someone who plays different characters while never leaving her room. I'm just saying I'm shocked. There's not many Mr. Mo's out there that'll deal with this level of crazy. All right, we should be back. For the love of Aw, high five. Oh, no, is it gonna John, thank you for the super chat, and you get a dumpster flame. One of our new, my new notes. I definitely why didn't I think of this earlier? I'm thinking of a Maine Coon as my next cat. The little guy in my office pic isn't doing I'm so sorry. John, I will say, so Dingus, I am 5'6". Now I have a very to kind of give you an idea, and hopefully, the internet will stay, for the love of Schmeatos. Yeah, we're just limping along. We've done everything we can. So from m when he lays and stretches out, he is from my shoulders, to mid-shin, so nearly all of my 5 feet 6 inches. So I'd say he's a good 3, 4 feet long when he stretches out. He's about the size of a corgi, maybe bigger than a corgi, maybe about the size of a mini schnauzer. He's pretty daggone big, and he's gonna keep growing for the next year, or about 3, so I would say that he's a big guy. I don't know where he is currently. He's hiding, and my cat tree is still lost in limbo. You know, the one time I get a bougie Beyoncé, looking cat tree to put right here so we can have a cat, lounge instead of the top of my, fancy chair. And Amazon sends it to the wrong daggone place, and I'm trying to argue between FedEx, Amazon, and the cat tree business on how I'm going to get my daggone cat tree. It's in Greenwood, it's 20 minutes away. I can take my ID up there and say, "Hey, it's me, could I get my cat tree?" But no, because the wrong address is on it, they have to send it back to the cat tree company. The cat tree company has to put a new label on it, and then they have to attempt to send it back. Yes, I am irritated. Yes, I have had 2 people in and I've had to talk to 3 different sets of customer service representations. And you can't just call a customer service rep. No, you have to oh, yes, dial in your a number that corresponds to your problem. And you're like, "Operator, I'm sorry, we don't understand that, you know, that option. Please try again. Dial the number that corresponds with your problem. Operator." And it's yeah, so I had to do that thrice, as I can say thrice, with each of the service to only get to Steve, who I can very much guess based on the loud speaking and the call centery sound behind him that his name is probably not Steve. Eh, I mean, for the love of Cheetos, I have waited 20 minutes and now we're starting our relationship out with a lie. I know you're not Steve. You know I am not happy to hear you, or, I am hanging on to my shit by 15 centimeters, and you are like, "Hi, my name is Steve. How can I help you?" And then he's like, "Oh, I just need to get some information from you." And I'm like, "No, no, mother effer you don't," because I had to type in my a mother effing tracking number. I had to type in my mother effing phone number. I had to type in my mother effing, date of birth. You should not need any more information. I found myself turning into Lewis Black by the end of it. I mean, I even had the finger thing. I was like, "I do not need to give any more information." And apparently, Mr. Mo just got Xfinity Assistant. We have identified a network performance issue that may be affecting your Xfinity service. Let's see here. Like, no shit, Sherlock. And it needs to be repaired right away. We're actively working to fix it by between screw you and whenever the fuck we feel like it. We'll do our best to minimize disruption in the area. During this time, you could experience a service interruption. We apologize for the inconvenience and remind yourself that you're kind of screwed either way because we're the only internet option in Indiana. So go screw yourself. We didn't send lube. I mean, that's not exactly what the text says, but when I am president, one of the first executive orders I will write, injustice for all of us everyday citizens. Customer service calls will be required to, due to truth in advertising, to state at the end of this, we will be getting to you between 1 and go fuck yourself. Look, I don't like to curse usually during mornings with Mo, but it requires it. Oh, and happy birthday, Heidel. Happy birthday. I need to get a happy birthday song. I forgot I made a Moxie song. Uh, happy birthday, and you know what? For that, I'll play the Moxie song. I'm sorry, I do not have a happy birthday. I will put that on my list. But here you go. I have been working on an idea for this little emotional support donkey, that I've been, working or, trying to figure out what I was gonna use this for. But, here you go. Happy birthday.
I take it down. Woo! Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I take it down, minute and a half. Yeah. When the dock gets long and the tea is hot, and the motions filed are quite a lot. When the state says boom and defense says pass, that's when I call my mini ass so classy and sass. Woo! Oh, Moxie, the emotional support mini donkey, tiny but mighty, a courtroom honky tonky. If the trial goes sideways, she don't panic or balk, just a soft little hee-haw and a judgmental walk. Clip clop, trying to do the mess. Here's perk, high, and unutterable distress. When the facts get wild and the lawyers get snarky, I lean on my emotional support. Oh. If a witness says I can't recall, she side-eyes gently from the stall. If the sidebar lasts all afternoon, she hums a brave and slightly off tune. She's pocket-sized but bold of heart, a fluffy illegal work of art. From board down woes to verdict day, she snacks on hay and leads the way. Oh, Moxie, queen of the pasture class, small but ruling the law to grass. When the timeline spirals and things get funky, there's peace in a steadfast mini donkey. Clip-clop, courage, fluffy and spunky. All hail the emotional support as Moxie. Oh!
So I am working on merch that, will have my support ass. We're ending this right now. Now Nick is gonna be taking the mornings for, Corey Richins. That will start at 10:30, and then, I will be taking the afternoon. Now since Mr. Mo is doing, his certification We're going to be starting the afternoon stream at 3:30. I am getting off of here, giving the internet some time, but do go to Nick's channel. He will be taking care of the morning. I will be joining him over there, and hopefully his internet's working great. So internets as you do. Come on, Starlink. Thank you guys so much for joining. I love hanging out with you in the mornings. I am going to be real. I didn't expect yesterday to hit me so hard, the trial. But it did kind of take me back to all the things I experienced with my late husband. So having you guys here and, moving forward and embracing the life I have now, made it so much easier to kind of deal with all of those feelings. Y'all know I don't do feelings well. So thank you guys so much for, as much as you guys have sent me really kind notes that I've helped you guys through rough and rotten days. You guys really do help me through rough and rotten days yourselves. So thank you all so very, very much. Bye, and I will see you in a little bit.